Hi, my name is Tamara and I'm born with hereditary spastic paraplegia. I made a page all about it for people who have it, people who may have it, people with cerebral palsy, or anybody who wants to learn about it and the things that we can and cannot do. I've been working on a lot of videos of my horseback riding lessons, which I love doing, but I've been wanting to do something different for you guys for a little while, and here it is, and I'm super excited to share it with you. So, when I want to talk about a long topic and a deep topic and get a message across, the best way for me to do that is write everything down and read it. So that is what I did. If I just go on the top of my head, you'll get blah 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 and it's really annoying. So I wanted to do it this way for you. So I will not be looking at the laptop. I will just be looking at my phone and reading exactly what I want you guys to hear. I hope that's okay, and I hope you guys enjoy. Okay. So I'm going to do a two-part video. This video is going to be about how I feel at times and my fears and how hard things get. And the second video is how I get through all the hard things in my life and how I handle my fears. Okay, here I go. Video 1. I want to tell you my thoughts, feelings, and fears when it comes to being born with HSP. A lot of people who see me or watch my videos tell me how happy I am, how I don't let this bring me down. To be completely honest, I am a person who does allow my disability to affect my thoughts, my emotions, and my self-esteem. I do my very best every day to not let it get the best of me, but honestly, how can it not? HSP is very hard to deal with at times because HSP is something that has a bunch of random symptoms. Each family has different symptoms, and each person can have different symptoms than their family does. Like me, my family and I have a bunch of things in common, but I have one thing that they don't have. I have trouble swallowing. My throat feels like it's swollen, and I can feel it. I can feel the tightness in my throat. I have trouble swallowing everything. Swallowing liquid, food. So I have to chew my food really good to swallow it. I have trouble swallowing pills, so I have to push a pill down my throat and take a sip of liquid really fast. Taking pills is a nightmare for me. I have said this before, having HSP symptoms are more than just the walking. Walking is a big problem, but it affects your bladder where you pee like a pregnant woman. Some people, depending on how bad their bladder is, they may need a pad or even diapers. It affects our brain also where we have bad memory, like me, or where learning is harder for some of us. We aren't stupid, it just takes some of us longer to learn things, whether it's math, reading, spelling, cooking, telling time, and so on. You can get HSP at any age from birth to the age of 60 years old. I got right away. My mom 13, my younger brother 4. I hear people get it at the age of 30 and over. So it's a scary feeling when you know it's in your genes, that you can get it at any age, and maybe you won't. Or in my case, when I have children, I won't know if or when they will get it. Having HSP is also hard because you have people staring, pointing, laughing, not liking you as a person because you are different. It's hard because HSP gets worse as time goes on. You can be riding a bike one day and the next you can't. One day you may be able to walk without support and the next you need a cane, walker, or wheelchair. We struggle daily to do things like everyone else. Struggle to run, jump, dance, swim, bike, and most things other people can do. We get a lot of pains in our body. We get cramps from walking. I can't breathe very well when I walk far. We get tired easily, so we only do short walks or need lots of breaks, which we hate because we feel like we are slowing people down around us. We get back pains from bending down. sorry, one second. We get pains in our legs, and a couple times a year I can't walk. It feels like my ankle is going to break. I have days that are good, and then I have days that are really bad. I would say I can be an angry person at times, but it's more like I am a jealous person. Jealousy hiding behind anger because there is so many things I want to do and can't. I struggle more than others, which is a sucky feeling. I get most jealous when I am with friends or my boyfriend, whoever I'm with at the time, because I see them running, jumping, doing things I can't, and it sucks. I'm going to tell you a couple of memories where I felt sad and jealous. First memory, I was with two of my friends a while back, and we were at the park at nighttime, just chilling, and we saw this good-looking guy shooting hoops, and they ran up to him and was flirting with him. He was letting them shoot the ball, so they were jumping, running, having a blast, while I was on the side just staring at them, wishing I was doing all of that. I felt so left out. I felt like a loser. I felt ugly, and man, so many things were playing in my head, and it ruined my night. Second memory, I was hanging out with my best friend, and later that day he went out rock climbing with his uncle and nephew, and I was extremely upset, and I cried right when he left. It's not because he left, it's not because I was by myself and not included, but it was because I was jealous that that they were able to do crazy fun things like that, and I can't. And if I tried, I would slow everyone down, and that's no fun. I cried a lot that night because I was frustrated. These are two memories that I will never forget, but little things like seeing people play sports, dancing without any worry of falling, people skating, ice skating, people running around with kids, picking kids up without any worry of dropping them or falling and losing their balance, seeing couples do things like jumping into his arms while wrapping her legs around him, or a couple walking with a guy's arm around his girl's shoulder. I can't do that because I feel off balance. Little things like this can bring my mood down in a heartbeat. Having HSP can be very difficult and definitely stressful where it gets the best of you, where it makes you feel things like you dislike yourself, you hate having HSP, hate in general, jealousy, fear, sadness, frustration in yourself and in the world, doubt, and you ask, why me? What did I do to have this done to me? And just fed up with your life or the situation, where you want to cry, scream, punch things, hate people, be left alone, give up, and unfortunately want to die. Where it makes you wish you were someone else, that you had new legs, a new life, that you could be what people call normal, and to just be happy with yourself and who you are. Everyone is different and handles having HSP differently. I know a lot of people who are watching this can relate to everything that I just said, whether they have HSP, CP, or not, because everyone has something in their life that makes them feel that way. We may walk different, we may be slower and can't do everything everyone else can, but we are just like everyone else when it comes to feelings and emotions. We are born with something that makes things harder for us. We struggle to walk, some of us can't walk, and HSP gets worse as we get older, and some people get worse really fast. One day they are running, and months later they can barely walk. I am very lucky that I am not in a wheelchair yet because I had surgery. But as the days go by, I feel my legs getting worse, and that brings out so many emotions and fears in me. I know that one day I will be in a wheelchair. I know that when I have children, there is a high chance my child will have HSP and maybe even be in a wheelchair. I am scared of my future. I am going to now tell you about my fears growing up and the fears I have now. Growing up, I always believed that I was going to only be with someone who was lazy and didn't take care of themselves, because who would want to be with somebody like me? So when I did find guys who weren't like that, I would push them away. I always feared that they would leave me for someone normal, who could do everything I couldn't, who wouldn't need all of the help that I need, especially as I get worse. And I would push because I couldn't handle being left for somebody who was normal. I was afraid to make friends or to talk to people because growing up I had no friends because I was different. It is hard to not be accepted and to have people stare and make jokes, laugh, and just put you down. I still till this day need people to know I am different. I have some really good friends, and when I get invited to go out with them and their friends, I ask them to please tell them I'm different and use a cane to walk. I don't like going in front of new people and them staring because they weren't expecting that. I'm okay with walking in public, but meeting new people is hard for me usually. I had a fear of good-looking guys seeing me walk because then they wouldn't want to talk to me or check me out because I walk different. So if I saw a good-looking guy, I would stop walking and go through my purse. If I was on the bus and had to get off, I would slowly walk off and stop and look through my purse. If I was at a mall, I would stop and wouldn't move until I couldn't see him anymore. I don't have those kind of fears anymore when it comes to men because as I got older, I knew that one day there would be someone who would accept me for me. I am going to be 27, and now I have worries about my future as a mother, as a wife, as a person who is getting older and worse. I remember this day, and it was a hard night for me. I went and saw Me Before You, and I love seeing love stories like that, and watching that brought out fears in me I didn't know I had. I watched it with my best friend. After that, we went out to get some hot drinks, and he knew something was up. I cried and said, I am scared to end up in a wheelchair. I am not going to be able to play sports, go up or downstairs, take walks. I am scared that when I do end up in a wheelchair, I'm going to get depressed and I will never want to leave my home. I am scared that being in a wheelchair is going to take away my happiness. I was so devastated and scared. This is why he's my best friend. He hugged me while I cried and told me that he and all of my loved ones won't let that happen, that they will make sure I am included, remind me how strong I am, and remind me all the good things in my life when I forget. This was the first fear I had about my future. I then feared to have children because I had been told my whole life, even when they thought I had CP, that my children have a higher chance of being like me or worse, which I never understood because CP is a mistake that the doctor makes. Anyways, so I knew at a young age having children was going to be a difficult decision. I now know it's a 50-50% chance my children will have HSP. If my genes are stronger, then yes, my children will have HSP. And if mine isn't, then no. So I was worried what I would put my children through and my partner when I have children. What man is going to be okay with having a wife in a wheelchair and then have a chance the children could end up in one too? That would be a lot of work and responsibility on him. I am scared that my children will get made fun of for two reasons. One, because they are different, or because their mother is. And that really scares me because not everyone can handle being picked on or being different. I know someone who can handle it, that he stays in the house most of the time because he can't handle being judged for being different. So that scares me for my children. I am scared to have children and them not being I am scared to have children and not being able to pick them up, walk with them on my chest, carry them. Can't do a lot of things that mothers can do. But I have this group on Facebook who has people with HSP on it, and they have given me advice and the confidence. My recent fear, which had me in tears, was that my children may dislike me if they don't end up having HSP. I was talking to my best friend, and I said, what if my children like their father more than me? Because he can run with them, do things with them that I can't. I said, when I'm in a wheelchair, I won't be able to go on the ground, play with them, bike with them, dance with them, and their dad will be able to. What if they wish they had different moms? My best friend hugged me and said that will never happen because you will still be able to do things with them. You will be able to teach them the important things in life and how to be grateful for everything they have. And they will have a mom who will love them so much no matter what. I wanted to go deep and tell everyone how I really feel on the inside, because I know there are people who are feeling things and think they are alone, but they aren't. I know I'm not alone either. Everyone has fears, whether they are big or small, but no matter who you are, fears can get the best of you and make you not move forward. These are my fears and feelings when it comes to living the life I do. I am going to tell you in the next video how I handle everything. See you guys soon. Thank you for your support, and I hope you like this video. You can like, comment, share, and ask questions. So, that's all I wanted to say in this video. I really hope that, you like that video. I've been wanting to do a video like this for a while, and I finally am able to do it. Yeah, I really hope that helps a lot of people. The next video is more how I deal with all the stuff that I go through, no matter how hard it may get, and I hope that really helps a lot of people too. If I don't post it today, I will post it tomorrow. Bye everybody.